Yes, there is a God because I am still awake. And I can still get away with wearing this moustache without too many people laughing. So, hallelujah! Let's talk about Heretic. Good evening, it's Adam here again with another quick instant movie review for you. So tonight I caught Heretic. This is the latest film from writer-directors Scott Beck and Brian Woods. What's it all about? Well, it tells the story of two Latter-day Saints, or Church of Latter-day Saints, missionaries, played by Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East, Sister Barnes and Sister Paxton, for those who are playing at home, who attempt to convert a reclusive man, Mr. Reed, played by Hugh Grant. He's actually on the list to be talked about showing interest in the religion. So they go along. It all starts to get a bit rainy, a bit sleety, a bit horrible. He invites them in. They say they can't go into his house unless his wife's present. And he says she's in there. She's making a pie, blueberry pie, when you come in. They do. That wouldn't be enough for me. But anyway, they all start having a big old chat about religion. That chat doesn't end for like over an hour. But the thing is, and that sounds boring, but the thing is, it's so engrossing. It's fantastic. And that's down to three amazing performances of Sophie Thatcher, of Chloe East, and of Mr. Hugh Grant. Now, of course, you probably know Hugh Grant as being the bloke who's in so many great rom-coms of the 90s and early 2000s. So, Four Weddings and a Funeral, Notting Hill, Music and Lyrics. What are the other ones? About a Boy, all those. This one, he is in perfect form. And really, over the past few years, Hugh Grant has really shaken off or seen a natural progression in those characters that he did so beautifully in the 90s, now into these, seedy characters that are a little bit horrific. And this is the most horrific character that Hugh Grant has played. He's really channeling Robin Williams' 1 Hour Photo with his look. He's channeling something that Humphrey B. Bear would wear with his jumper choice. And he is also channeling very disturbing bloke with his mannerisms. So this is really Hugh Grant coming into his own, doing a horror film and doing it so very well. The even more scary thing about it is that the arguments that he's making about religion throughout this whole thing actually ring some truth. And that is scary because he's supposed to be the bad guy. Yes, he's an antagonist that we kind of relate to, i.e. Thanos. Damn you, Thanos, and your big glove and your smart ideals. So Hugh Grant's Mr. Reed has some very interesting ideas to talk about. So, Hugh Grant, absolutely amazing, love him to bits. Both the girls, phenomenal. This really is a three-hander. The film does get a little bit caught up within itself, certainly towards the latter part of it, and it really does stretch the, stretch the boundaries of belief, particularly about how big and how deep this place is. And you start to then think about the logic and the logical situations and why. Oh, but hang on, but why did that? And what happens the rest of the time when there's no missionaries? And what? This is happening a lot. It's just happening a lot. And realistically, wouldn't the church have a list of the people interested in religion? Wouldn't he be like suspect number one? I would have thought so. Anyway, so there's lots of things to think about, but overall, watching this, I had a great time. I was scared. I was sunk down in my seat. I was intrigued. The thoughts about all the different religions and relating them to board games was very interesting. The talk about suing people and copyright and copy of a copy of a copy when talking about the Hollies to Radiohead to Lana Del Rey, I thought was really interesting. So there were some great moments in this. It does fall down a little bit in the last third, but even that I could forgive it for everything that goes before it. And I really enjoyed Heretic. I thought it was a really interesting film. If you are very sensitive about religion, I think you might have some issues with this film because it really does challenge faith principles and conversations, although it could also strike up some interesting conversations afterwards. So either way, you could actually find this film quite interesting. So the film's called Heretic. I would probably give it a 7 out of 10, 7 to a 7.5, somewhere in that world. Either way, I really enjoyed it, and Hugh Grant's performance is on point. On point. I'm not sure why I'm making this sound. Perhaps it is my moustache. But this moustache will be not around, hopefully, next review. If it is, I've got work in another industry that requires me to have this moustache. Anyway, tell me, or what actor has acted in a film that he's gone completely against type? That he's gone and was the good guy that's now the bad guy, or was the bad guy that is now the good guy? Which film and which actor and which character, is really that person that has gone against type? I would love to know. Comment below, let me know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, maybe Harrison Ford in What Lies Beneath. There's an option for you. I can't think of anything else right now off the top of my head. Probably Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs. Before that, he was doing a lot of theater, a lot of theatrical roles, a lot of good guy roles, and then he went and played, in Shadowlands and completely destroyed me for all the different reasons that he did in Silence of the Lambs. So maybe him. Maybe Tom Cruise, because Tom Cruise played Tom Cruise in the Tom Cruise movie, so that's not against type. Comment below, let me know. Or the collateral, you got me there. And I look forward to speaking to you all next time here in my car.